today we have a good, nice fun one for you. This is actually we're going to point fingers here. This is actually Charlie's top 5 receivers in the league right now. As of today, we're in December of 2022. So that being said, Charlie, go ahead and give us your top 5 so we can get mad at you, sir.
All right, easy. So the list was difficult just because the league there's about 10 top 5 receivers, but 5 of them ain't making a list. It's just not gonna happen. All right. So we're gonna start no games played. Number 1, Cheetah, the Beast, Tyreek Hill. There's not an athlete like this man on the planet. He's as fast as you're finding outside of maybe Randy Moss and Deshaun Jackson or something. The guy is unbelievable. If you've seen him play, he immediately looks like the fastest human you've seen in your life. So from sheer explosiveness, he's number 1. Number 2,
think Frank likes your list already. But
number 2, I don't care. I don't know exactly what's going on over there. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Mr. Triple Crown, Cooper Kupp. I know he's dealing with a little injury thing. It's not like he's always hurt, but he's dealing with a little ankle foot thing. But the man can win in every single way. He can win in every way possible. Down the field, slants, they force feed him the ball. Absolutely love it. Number 3, Justin Jefferson. For many of the same reasons, he wins in every single way. He makes Kirk Cousins look like a competent quarterback. Y'all saw the catch. I don't gotta explain this to y'all. Y'all saw the catch. The kid is crazy. Number 4 is so good that when his old team saw what he did, they fired the general manager for trading him. AJ Brown is so damn good at football. I tried to put other guys like Jamar Chase over him, but he's Jamar Chase just bigger. Like they do the same stuff. Like I mean, Jamar Chase has a better pedigree, but I mean, tell me what he does better. Look, I love Jamar Chase, but I have to go with AJB. And number 5, I gotta go Stephon Diggs. The kid is explosive. You saw the miracle in Minnesota a couple years back, couldn't be stopped, or they couldn't tackle, whatever it may be. And you saw the passion that he brings to his team. That's the off the field. On the field, they can't guard him. Like he wins underneath routes. He wins deep routes, intermediate routes. He wins every way possible. Wins with speed, wins with after the catch physicality. He wins every way possible. Top 5 receivers.
We're done hearing you talk, Charlie. Frank, tell us the immediate issue you have with this list, please.
Everything. So I'd like to let you guys know on behalf of Soggy Nachos, we are not responsible. We do not condone the messages that you've heard.
You can't say we. Yeah. That's me.
I mean, you're clearly. I just don't even know what to say because that list was the worst thing I think I have ever heard. Actually, hearing you say it out loud was worse than me already knowing it. And what I was trying to do was find some like earplugs or something to cover my ears while you were saying this because I didn't actually want to hear that. But I couldn't find any. I had to sit here and sit through this bullshit. So I don't know about you, Nell, but that might have been one of the worst top 5s that I've ever heard, like in history. Like, what's
your biggest issue with the list?
Why is AJ Brown on that list number 1? I don't know. AJ Brown jumped from like 11 to 5 to 4. Like how? And you put him above. So you put him above Diggs, which is also wrong. Then you have Tyreek as 1, which I can live with, even though he's not the best receiver. I can live with. But the biggest problem with this list, and I'm sometimes we leave the best for last, is you don't have the best receiver in the league on it. Devontae Adams. Are you insane? Are you insane? Were you smoking a crack pipe? Where
I don't do drugs.
What are you doing?
I live above the influence.
What influence? Clearly an influence of anything that makes any goddamn sense. What are you talking about?
Charlie,
your list is horrible.
Charlie, here's the thing. I don't hate your list as much as Frank does, but I'm sorry, Adams not being on it is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. Explain to me how Adams missed this list. I don't understand.
So like I started the show saying that the league is full of great receivers. I want DK Metcalf and all these other guys like these. There's a lot of DeAndre Hopkins. These guys couldn't make the list. Devontae Adams. I'm never going to be the largest fan of Devontae Adams' type. Him, Michael Thomas, that are kind of technicians, but they're not like the game breakers. Like it's hard to stop them. That's why I love them. That's why they're top 5. Him, DeAndre Hopkins, all that stuff is you can force feed these guys the ball, but the guys who can really take a game over and the defense feels like there's nothing they can do. That's AJ Brown in a nutshell. Like that's Tyreek Hill. That's his definition. Like I value explosiveness at wide receiver. It's harder to stop a guy that it's literally harder to stop. Like it's literally harder to stop a wide receiver who's bigger and stronger than you. There's nothing you can do, but you can't scheme around being too little. You can't scheme around Tyreek Hill's speed. You can't do it. He's faster than you. That's physics.
Frank,
can I ask you a question, John? With all that being said, with all this explosion, by the way, Devontae still gets behind defenses as he does week in and week out. Why don't these guys have more touchdowns than him? Why aren't these guys more productive than him? He has just as many, if not more, 100-yard games than the guys. What are you even talking about? And to most people's credit, right? He was number 1 on most people's list last year, him or Cooper Kupp, however you want to rank them, but he was a consensus
usually
number 1.
Cooper Kupp.
Actually,
Triple Crown winner, usually Cooper
I
Kupp.
feel you, but that was one season, and Devontae's been doing this for quite a few.
Devontae been at this for a minute. And,
he's amazing. Amazing.
I don't know. To me,
went to a much lesser quarterback, still putting up insane numbers
that he still has great chemistry with. I like, I like when you throw the narrative because it sounds really good. A much worse quarterback. Is he much worse than Aaron Rodgers? I'm not sure. Today, I don't know. I mean, they have long-term chemistry. You talk about him being the
they had chemistry from college?
Yes, I mean that's why he went. That's why he went there. They still hang out.
Okay, Charlie.
And then you talk about him being the only receiver on his team. That helps when you talk about numbers. You talk about numbers. Being the only receiver on your team helps you every time.
Well, actually, in most cases, like you usually have good tandems is what, like usually most people have a really good number 2. Most of the better receivers in the league have a very good number 2. If you go look at it across the board, you know what I'm saying, including your man Tyreek Hill, they have a really good number 2 that's there. That's kind of like making it hard for defenses to match up against.
He got a good number 2.
I mean,
Justin Jefferson is my argument for a guy that could be number 1 if it's not Devontae Adams, because that's how good Justin Jefferson is. His numbers, his first 3 years have broken records of like Randy Moss. And like when you look at all the top receiving categories, the shit that I always like, the shit that I liked with Odell his first couple years, like those types of records,
I love
Justin Jefferson has all of them. He is amazing. And his quarterback is definitely worse than, but I don't know. Is his quarterback worse than Derek Carr?
We don't have enough time for that.
It's story for that.
Bottom line is quarterbacks. Devontae Adams is not a top 5 receiver, huh, Charlie?
Just missed the cut, man.
Please take that one to your grave.
Only 5 receivers.
That's my focal point.
That's not my fault. The numbers work that way.
All right, but before we get out of here, we got to talk about McLaurin, right?
No, we don't.
You didn't see my extended list because I know I sent you the top 10. I didn't send the top 20.
Yeah. So thank you for saying that. I thought you was gonna say your extended list. He still wasn't in there, and then you had to extend it again.
My bad.
And then one more time.
So that being said, as the host, I'm ending the show. Soggy Nachos Podcast. This has been You're an Idiot. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.